Hello, Facebook. Back again from the Progressive Auto Sales Arena here on the concourse. I'm David Burrows, of course, my friend Connor Burke.
Hello, hello.
We've got lots to talk about. But before we even talk about local hockey here, let's talk about the Barrie-Windsor game. Did you catch any of that at all?
I didn't catch any of that.
It was pieces of it felt like a repeat of what happened here on Friday as far as fights go.
Right.
There was a ton I think there was like 5 fights going on all at once. Misconducts and one fight. But I thought I was waiting for the bench brawl to happen on that one too, and I know you were waiting for that on Friday.
Yeah, that was quite something.
Yeah.
The Leafs and the Senators got into it themselves last night.
I heard that too,
yeah.
Right?
Good old-fashioned hockey, David Burrows.
Is it just that it's playoff time?
I think that it's coming down to it, and you're fighting for your spot. Everybody's fighting for a spot in the NHL, the OHL. We're 7 points out again, and still scrapping to get up the boards. It's 2 tough teams in a row on this weekend. The top of the Eastern Conference standing, it's the 67s and the Colts, and we haven't been dealt an easy hand here. So you just gotta take what you can do and run with it. This is maybe I think a little less offensively powered team than Barrie is. Maybe you can rely on a good defensive game to keep yourself ahead, and going ahead early is huge. A first period goal on a Sunday afternoon gets people going. So
you look at the points and the penalties between these two teams. Like we got a couple hundred more points or penalties than Ottawa. That's been something for us here with the Sarnia Sting as well. And what happens now, Connor, though, is when you've got where's Ottawa, second? Like they're
third in their Eastern, right behind Barrie.
They've clinched a playoff spot, though.
Yes, they have.
So they're in. So what are they fighting for here tonight?
Well, they don't have too many scratches, as you see. They only have 3, so they're playing a pretty healthy roster. Just fighting to get a better position in the playoffs.
Yeah.
If they can, they're not far behind Barrie, only 4 points. So if they can get into that spot, they'd be a lot happier with that. I think that's what you're fighting for. Fighting to prove that you're better than a team at the bottom of the standings as well. It always comes with, like you said, the boards might be off the locker rooms. I don't know about the 67's locker room, but everyone looks at the standings. They know where the Sting are. They know where Ottawa is, and no one wants to lose to a team at the bottom.
Right. I was going to say, like, if you're going to lose to the first or third place team if you're second or third or whatever. But, don't lose to the bottom team because that's a long bus ride home.
It sure is. Yeah, right? You'll hear it from the coach for sure.
We was talking in the locker room. Sorry, the media room.
Oh, you were down there.
No, the media room. Sorry. It's actually Indigenous Heritage Day here today.
Cool
by
jerseys.
The way. Very cool, and I see a lot of my Indigenous friends here that are wandering around in support as well. It's great to see the Sarnia Sting support that as well. But down in the media room, I can't talk today, Connor. Media room.
Cat's got your tongue.
Right. We were like, does the Sarnia Sting have a curse as far as injuries go? Because there's like 7 on the list here today. It seems like, we had Beckham Edwards off for a while. Earlier in the season, Matthew Manza was off. Diorio was off. And then if you go and look back, I'd be curious at the stats of previous years, if you go way back to, Dillingham and all. It just seems like they've really struggled with the injury side of things.
Yeah, it happens. And you've seen it. Even back to Jacob Chikrin had a couple injuries, and Jordan Kyrou had probably out for a little bit. I don't want to call it the curse, but it happens quite a bit. And we go through large chunks of the season where you're missing some of your best players, and it affects their draft stock. Not for any fault of their own, but it's a bummer for everyone all around. It's such a big part of the team to lose, and then like in Edwards for a couple games, and then you miss a quarter of the season with Diorio, maybe a third, but it's a bummer. Nothing you can do about it. I don't know if you want to look at your training staff. I'm sure they have the best of the best down there, but or maybe a new stretching routine. I don't know.
Well,
what it comes
who knows
down to,
what it is? Yeah, you go. Well, and fair, nothing against the but every trainer and they all have a different strategy, etc. And who knows? But I mean, they've had different trainers over the years. It still seems to, I don't know. It just seems like it's something that the Sarnia Sting, along with their defense. It's always the defense that seems to be the biggest struggle for this team.
Yeah, I mean, we've allowed a certain amount of goals this season, like far more than you would like. It's tough to get ahead when you allow so many goals. The goalies are doing the best you can. We've had great help all around from Evan and Patrick and Kale Ospenko now. Even Charlie Larocque played a couple games. We've had a revolving door of goalies for a little bit, so that's kind of tough too. It's the goals, they come. We did all right. I think really good on Friday night against Barrie. That's huge to keep a team like that down. So many goals. It was a great defensive game and just couldn't get it done.
Yeah, because I think Barrie might have expected to be further ahead than they were in that game. 1-0, and then with 2 minutes to go, getting things tied up. You can still feel the hope and the faith from the fans. It's like 2 minutes, and they were so loud because they know where the Sarnia Sting are sitting at, but they know there's still a possibility. It's like right there, we're going to get this, right? And they were able to do it. And then unfortunately, in the overtime, I think about 30 seconds in, it was quickly over, right?
21 seconds, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
Okay. So who's counting? Connor is. But yeah, so quickly, right? And that's, I always hear, the pendulum swings really quickly in this sport. We've seen a lot of games where the Sting were ahead like a 3-1, 4-1, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 it's a tie game again. That adds to the frustration that's already in the room. Yeah,
there's 19 points up for grab. I believe we have 9 games left, and just behind Saginaw with 7 points. Kind of, again, looking at the scores, looking at their schedule and hoping that they can lose a few. But we've got 2 huge games against Saginaw. Those are 4 points that you have to have. If you lose one of them, it's pretty much over. So those are the games you're really looking at. We've got that one. We got one of them on March 15th, and the very last game of the season comes down to the Spirit. So it might not even come down to that last game, depending on how well Saginaw does in their stretch of games. But it's right there. We're knocking at the door. It's been nice to get 2 points on Friday night, but it's nice to get one, especially against such a good team. And to get 2 here would be pretty massive as well. And just hope that Saginaw faces that injury bug as well. Don't want anyone to get injured, but I wish they were shorthanded.
44 to 84 points here tonight. I mean, that's significant. And, they say they don't have it down in the locker room maybe, but it's right up there on the Jumbotron while I'm out there practicing. How can I not look up at that board at some point and go, whew. Or, I don't know, maybe they're strong enough to go like, we're just, at the end of the day, they know we're just here to play hockey. And, we had post-game press conference the other day, with Pickle for his 22nd goal of the season. What an amazing, there's a lot of strengths on this team, and Pickle's one of them.
Yeah, a huge addition in the middle of the season there. It's kind of a bummer to see him he's an overager. It's going to be awesome to continue his career, but to get such a large number of goals out of him in his last year, it's probably pretty special for him. I'm sure he would love to be in the playoffs too for that one last kick. And congratulations to Ben Pickle. He's a fan favorite, with a great last name like that. Congratulations to him.
Well, and they had to know that coming into the beginning, of course, that he's going to be an overager. So they brought him in with okay, we know we only got this guy for so long, so They knew that bringing him in, so there had to be some kind of a strategy. What are you doing now when you're coming into next season? Except, hey, there's the Henrys. Hey, how are you? One of my favorite fans right there. Have fun. Good to see you back. Okay, you're welcome. The Henry family, my winners of the tickets for tonight.
Nice.
Dad is in the military and has been away for a little bit. And
thank you for your service.
Back, so no kidding, right? So I put it out there, and they won the tickets. And I know the kids and the family really well, so they're really excited to be here. Again, I was saying, you bring somebody like a Pickle in that you're going to lose them at the end of this season. So you have to wonder, and what's the strategy moving forward now coming into next year with, different picks and the draft and the whole. What's your strategy now when you're sitting here at this point?
It's tough because you don't really know where you're going to end up. You want to shoot for the playoffs. Dylan Sika has said it. Everyone wants to be there. But you got to start looking at the options. If you're going to be in the bottom 4 again, you get another top 4 pick in the entry draft.
Yeah.
I think you really got to look hard at your import picks and do your research. Maybe I don't work behind the scenes, so I don't know. I'm sure it's a super tough job talking to Russian players or Finnish players, guys like that. But you saw the contributions we had last year from Jack Bodine and Ruslan Karimov, and it's so exciting to see guys like that come into the league. And then you see this year, no one came over out of all the 3 picks that we had. It was really disappointing, I think. That would have been huge additions. One of them was 6'5" and a second-round NHL pick, and the other was the captain of his national Czech team. So it's a bummer to see that happen, and I think you really, really have to focus on that culture of bringing in import players and keeping them, because the word gets out, I think, and people say, they don't talk, but players talk, and talk about your junior careers and how well it went, or maybe how it didn't go very well, and people learn that, especially when you're making a huge life decision to come over from another country and play in a small town in the border of the States and Canada, in the middle of nowhere. It's tough. So I think that's a huge focal point for the draft coming up. You gotta get players in. You gotta want them to be here and develop that culture. Regardless if everybody's got to be on board too. They're coming in. You saw Karimov last year. He didn't even speak a word of English when he got here, and by the time he had left, he was speaking full sentences. So it's huge. It's nice to have those guys, and I'd like to see more of them.
Says a lot for the team when they're supporting someone like that. Like you say, learning to speak English and everything else, and it has to. You hit the right word. Culture is really important for these players, especially at a very young age too. That's courageous, if you ask me. To go away on your own, and you want to know, and then the parents of those players want to know, I'm sure. Okay, what are they heading into? Who's going to be around them? Who's going to be talking in their ear? All that sort of stuff, right? And see, there's somebody else I wouldn't normally see here, but she said, "Hi, how are you?"
It's Sunday afternoon. It's great.
Yeah, it is. It's probably one of my favorite. Sometimes you go, I'll be honest, you go like, Sunday, I'm interrupted. But Sundays really are probably one of the best days for hockey. It's like you see the kids out, I think is probably what I go, right on, families and everything. I want to give a shout out to, I think they're here somewhere, but give a shout out to Forest Golf Club in Inn, who has the tickets for the Hughes Intelligence Hockey Suite here tonight. So I'll be popping up there to say hello to them. Forest Golf Club in Inn. Speaking of which, hi guys, March the 7th, so next Saturday coming, I'm out there doing my comedy thing. So you're going to be there, right?
Hopefully for good weather, yep.
Okay,
for sure.
Yeah, no, if they're not canceling this time for sure. It was rescheduled due to that bad weather on February or whatever it was supposed to be, 21st or something.
I'm excited. You get a little sneak peek? Knock, knock, who's there?
Yeah, no, it's, let's just say 6-7's involved.
I love it. That's my favorite.
And maybe some other numbers too. We'll just leave it at that. This one will not be video recorded.
Okay. All right. Phones down.
If you want to be
there,
you
got the lock boxes before you walk into the room.
They do a lot of so they do this amateur comedy every year. This is the 3rd year, so this will be my 3rd time, my 10 minutes of comedy fame again. They've invited me back, so I couldn't have been that bad in the past.
Right.
But they also have comedy.
Brought a good crowd too.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I don't expect to win. I just go up and have a good time and shock a few people. Like, oh my God,
right?
He said that. So there you go.
No kids allowed.
A lot of fun. So I'll be, hi, how are you? Be popping up to say hello to them. They really do a lot. If you want a nice dinner, I'm telling you, and I'm not just saying it. They amazing food out there. Jennifer and I, in the summertime on the motorcycles, we like to stop out there and have something.
All right, good to know. I didn't eat last time, so.
Yeah, do it for sure. Okay, well, the Sarnia Sting and the Ottawa 6-7. Can you imagine being that team? Let's just think about this for a minute. They've probably, every day, 5 times a day.
The social media team's all over it. It's very funny. They do a good job.
I'm sure, right? So the Ottawa 6-7s will be, I have to do it every time now. I think it's probably funnier on TikTok.
Yeah, definitely.
Facebook is so serious. All right, I'm out of control. Stop me, Connor.
Get this guy on a leash.
All right, Ottawa 67's here in the house of the Sarnia Sting for Indigenous Heritage Game Day as well. I'll have some special ceremonies happening here as well. Tune into Your TV Sarnia if you want to see all of that and watch the game. Or listen online to chok.com with our friends Lee Cunningham and Patrick DeRoche for play-by-play as well. And thanks, of course, Joe's Discount Tire and, of course, Use Intelligence Canada. Connor, I will see you back at the end of the first period.
You
and
bet
hopefully
you will. Bet your bottom
TikTok,
dollar.
I'm going to end it there for this time as well. I've got some other extra things I got to do here. But we'll be back on Facebook at the end of period 1. As always, I'm David Burrows and my friend Connor Burke. 1, 2, 3.
Go Sting, go!